Oh, fancy seeing you here on a Saturday, Doug.
you, you come here often? Not today.
Oh, hey.
Hello, everyone. Happy Saturday and happy November 1st. This is such an important day here at Dabble and in the writing community in general. A bit of a different November this year for a lot of people, but our goal is the same that a lot of people have had over the last, I think, 25 years that Nano had its run. For us, for our 60-day novel challenge or for whatever challenge you're doing, this is the first day where we are trying to write 50,000 words in the span of 1 month. And I'm just so excited. Abby, I'm too excited to continue. You go on. You take over from here.
Well, I was gonna say this morning, my best friend texted me and she was like, "Hey, what you doing today?" And I said, "Oh, I'm getting ready to do a sprint at 10 a.m." And she said, "Why are you running?" And I was like, "What is wrong with you? It's like NaNoWriMo
It's
November.
November 1st.
What do you mean? Why are you running?" I'm not running. Gosh,
let's
so
let's swoop through the chat here and see who's with us. I see TW and Rob and Sarah. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you're joining or whenever you're joining from. Thanks for joining us. So Rachel's here as well, and Christy, hello, and Aaron and Valentine, hello, and RT North and Beacon. And let me know if I miss anyone. Manny, hello, and did I
Sam,
say
did you
Nakan
say
already?
Sam?
I haven't got to Sam yet.
Oh, I'm
I
sorry, I
saw
was
that
way ahead
Sam's
of
here.
you.
I saw that Sam was here, but I haven't gotten. I'm scrolling because I see Bon and Emily and Hilder and Meg and Athena and Elena, and now I see Sam. And we appreciate everything Sam does over in the community, of course. And Bill and Anne and Star, hello, and Thura and Azizrian. Let me know if that's a short or a long I. I think I've caught up on everyone. All right.
Say Star and Elena. I'm just going to say him at the
Yep.
end. I stopped paying attention to who you were saying. My
Yes,
brain only has so much
I'm
space.
pretty sure I got everyone. So if I missed you, call me out on it. But hello, good morning again, good afternoon, good evening. We are excited to be writing with you today, working on this goal. If you are writing every day in November and your goal is 50,000 words, then your daily goal is 1,667 words. But I've already seen that a lot of people hit their goal already this morning, and now this is just a way to get ahead of the game. And I think that's a great idea because our momentum, our excitement, our eagerness to write as much as possible is here now. So we take advantage of it before life gets in the way on like November 18th through 25th. We
27th here in the States.
yeah, right. We get as far ahead as possible, and if you're using Dabble to manage your goals, you'll see that your daily goal tomorrow will be less than that 1667 if you get extra words written today. So that's what I always aim for when it comes to these challenges. Okay, and Azizrian, there we go. Awesome. So I dropped the link to the first sprint in the chat. All three of them are down below me as well. Yeah, Abby, how is it down in sunny Florida?
It's so cold. Look, I wore legit long sleeves and not even short sleeves with a long sleeve, something to take off when it gets hot. Real sleeves today.
Burr. They are calling for potentially mixed showers or mixed precipitation this morning, which is rain and snow. We didn't get any snow, but it's been hovering around that freezing mark for the last couple days, and I don't think I'm ready for it. But if the cold keeps me inside and writing, I'm not going to complain.
There you go. I mean, there might be a reason why it's November.
Yeah, right.
What else are we doing?
Just for anyone who attends our normal sprints, we normally start at the 5-minute mark after the live show starts, but we pushed it an extra 5 minutes just so we can do some more chatting. And because, as I was saying to Abby, I'm not caffeinated myself yet today, so I just need a little bit to warm up before we dive into the writing. I see that author Kay McCoy is here. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. And Keo said that she's getting up, joining us, and then going back to bed. So I appreciate the commitment.
Oh, Rob, Ontario. I grew up in Niagara Falls. We could see, we lived right on Lake Ontario, but you could see the lights of Toronto at night.
Yeah, and Rob's absolutely right. And so usually we get pre-winter snow here, but just that chilly rain.
Yeah.
Unless you're like way up north. So Emily actually dreamt about this sprint last night that she couldn't join because of some laptop issues. Oh no. But you're
We're
here.
all
This is
panicked
important.
before November starts. We're like, what if something happens?
And Sarah's gonna hop onto the second sprint. Okay, get all warmed up, get ready to go. Jennifer's here. Welcome. And Sarah grew up outside. I forget how many fellow Ontarians specifically we have in the chat with us, but also fellow Canadians, which is always excellent. Let's see in the chat, who is writing the first word of their story once this sprint starts, or who wrote it this morning?
I held off from writing it this morning so I could purposely do it on the sprint.
Appreciate you. Excellent. I've been holding off for a month.
Can I just say this morning is going to be a little bit of a cheat for me because this is the second in my chapter book series. And sometimes it's typical that you start with the same or similar opening for every book because it's a repetitive pattern that helps kids build confidence and independence. And so I did reread the first chapter of the first book and tried to figure out what I was going to copy, paste, and adjust. So that was my morning's homework. So, but I am going to cut and paste a little. So counts.
Well, we have so many people also writing their very first word in this sprint, or some folks have a few chapters done already, like Beacon starting chapter 4. Some folks like Meg got a few hundred words this morning. Yeah, Rob has started right at midnight as soon as you could start the challenge.
I love
that. It's excellent. Sam starting at the beginning. Bond doesn't have coffee like me.
Last up is goal, so started already, but has a bigger goal for the month. So
excellent. RT North's at 1,500 words. Awesome. I love to see it. Okay, we got 2 minutes and it's about 2.5 minutes before we finally dive into the first sprint. It's funny you mentioned that about the opening of books, because in my dark fantasy series, I've written the first draft of the third book, and so far every single book hasn't started the same way, but it's all started with some like fire or burning sensation or like the same vibe. And there's some symbolism in there. There's some literalism in there. I don't know if that's a word.
We'll make it a word.
Yeah, we make up words all the time. Yeah. I think it was Thor in Endgame that said all names are made up, or all words are made up. I was like, yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, exactly. And so I live by that. Manny changed the plot this morning, if that counts as starting. Nothing like last minute. That's something that I actually wanted to mention on Thursday during our show, but I didn't, is that we did all this plotting, we did all this thinking and meeting our characters and brainstorming conflict and whatnot, but that stuff's not set in stone. And like there's elements of my plot grid where I've scaffolded it and I know what beats I want where, but those things are inevitably going to change. Or I'm going to develop them, like after a week, I'll be like, okay, I have more clarity about where I want to go. I'm going to go add more details about that so that I can stay on track.
I realized when I left the call that I did not use the words I intended to use, which were, it's a living document.
Yeah. Yeah. So, that's a great way to phrase it.
Yeah.
Can't believe you forgot to say that, Abby.
I know. Did somebody say it in my absence? I hope
so. No, we're not as wise as you.
It before, so.
Oh, okay, I am as wise as you then. So
maybe I'm just making that up, but I'm giving you credit for saying it too. So
thank you. Rachel, no need to say sorry for starting in the middle of your 6th chapter. There's nothing wrong with progress. I think that's excellent. And Elena's writing chapter 8. You wrote a lot this morning. Excellent. All right, we got 30 whole seconds. I don't think this counts as cheating. Not that there is any cheating when it comes to this. Do your own way. But I made some jot notes about what I want in this initial scene. So I was getting ready, and I'm like, for this stream, I'm like, oh, this is a great idea to have in there. Oh, I really want to include this so I can develop it later. And so I just jotted down some notes, and then I will start typing here. And 10 seconds. And by the time people hear that, that means it's going to be about 3 seconds, which means I'm going to take this time now to say happy writing. Congrats on joining us for the first sprint of the 50,000 words this month, and we'll talk to you in 20 minutes.
Bye.
All right, and that is our first sprint of the day done. Abby, how'd that go for you?
Pretty good, but I'm not I'm not writing at a breakneck speed because technically I only have to get 422 words today to stay on track. So
Imagine.
I, I wrote 350 just now and I was taking it real slow.
Excellent. Let's see how everyone did in the chat. We have some good numbers rolling in. Um, Emily got 506, Manny got 660, Aaron got 605. I'm not used to Aaron not editing in our sprints or not revising, so triple digits are a nice thing to see. Shelly 433, Elena 203, Keo finished a scene. Beacon 674, Alaska got, oh, the chat just jumped on me, 558, 503 for Bill, 835 for Rachel. I beat Rachel by one word. Not to make it a contest, but
Wait till you get
Athena
to
2.
Rob's number.
Pardon?
Wait till you get to
Oh,
Rob's
912. Rob's putting in the work there. Excellent. Love to see it. Kay McCoy took a minute to start, but got 113 words in. That's
number.
awesome. Sarah 273. Sanders cat got alarmed by the countdown. Awesome. Bond 505. Valentine 514. Jennifer 550, 543. So many things coming in. Awesome job, everyone. How are we feeling after the first sprint? The first of many sprints that we are having this month, because we have these kickoff sprints, and I should, before I forget, send the link to the second sprint in the chat. But we also have sprints every Monday to Friday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. We'll be doing 3 sprints every single day to help you reach your words. And for people who love writing in the morning, it's just a chance for you to get more words in, because you can hit your goal in the morning and then join us for some bonus writing in the afternoon. And we have a couple of really long sprints, some marathons happening in November. The half marathon, Abby, do you know off the
The
top of your
12th, I
head?
think.
The 12th. Yeah, that sounds about. Or
Yeah, because the
oh,
11th is Veterans Day and the 12th is
yeah.
right after. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So on Wednesday, the 12th, we have a half marathon where Robert and I will be doing 4 hours of sprints starting at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. And then on the 25th, that is a Tuesday, we will be sprinting from 9 a.m. Eastern to 5 p.m. Eastern. Whole day marathon of sprints where the entire Dabblecast will be rotating on and off. And you are more than welcome to join us for however long you want, however much time you need, because the whole point of that one is to push you towards the end so that in the last remaining days of November, especially if you're in the States and you have Thanksgiving that week, you don't have a lot of work they have to do, if any.
And Keo is bringing up a really good point. I don't know if anybody has downloaded the Circle app, which is what our community runs off of. But in the community, we have a space where you can post any community sprints that you put together yourself. And if you go into the notifications for that space and you turn on yes to push notifications, I have noticed that, we there have been so many pop-up sprints happening, just community-led pop-up sprints, that if you're looking for somebody to join, I mean, they're happening like 5 and 6 times a day. Some of them I notice are coming up on my phone. So it's amazing. So make sure that you go and you join that space and you get the notifications, because people are popping them up all the time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Excellent. All right. We only have a minute. This is the worst part of sprints, Abby, is that we only get 5 minutes in between, and suddenly it's a minute left until the next sprint. And I just want to keep talking, but we have
we can talk
writing to do.
after.
I
Because
know,
we
but then
talk
it's
all day anyway. What are you talking about?
maybe I just like talking. I like hanging out. What do you want from me, Abby? Bond pointing out 556 words per sprint will get you to that
Yep.
1667. So that's Bond's goal for each sprint. And
Hey,
I
where's
love that.
Subs Steele today? I do not see him. I miss him.
Oh, David.
Yes.
We're earlier than normal. So maybe he's off, and it's a Saturday. So maybe he's off doing, Saturday
David
stuff.
things.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
Took
he'll
him a
watch
couple
the
Sundays.
replay and he'll know.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let me get this up on screen here because we have 10 seconds until the next sprint starts. NJ, this is our second of 3 sprints we're doing. So we have one more after this. And it's beeping. So happy writing, everyone. Talk to you in 20 minutes. All right. And that is our second sprint of the day done. Abby, how'd that go for you? Oh, you're muted. You're still muted. There we
I
go.
said I hit my word count and beyond. So I've done my
Excellent.
duty for the day. Actually, I got to the end
Awesome.
of the chapter. So
Fantastic. All right. I'm dropping the third sprint link in the chat there while I copy and paste all my words over before the sprint starts. I am 47 words away from my goal. So
nice.
yeah, so I'm feeling good. Feeling good. I mean, I am very much a weekday writer. I
Mm.
often just do too much on the weekend or am too lazy to want to write more than like 100 words. Like I'll sit down and be like, I did write today because I got this done. But yeah, so November 1st being on a Saturday, tough one for me, but I'm feeling good.
Well, A, you've done it without coffee.
Yeah,
but
mistake.
but two, that makes me feel better that sometimes you just write 100 words on the weekend because I usually get a lot done on the weekend. It's during the week that I don't get as much done. So
I wish. And I'll see people being like, oh, I wrote, 4,000 words this weekend. I'm like, I'm so jealous. But okay, let's see. I'm not going to go through everyone's results again because there's just so many, but there's awesome results coming in. I'm seeing people putting in great effort. Even Star pointed out that 144, not a lot, but they're words and it's progress and is every single word counts towards that 50,000 goal, if that's the goal that you're joining us for this month. Chrissy just joined last minute, so got 17, not a typo. But so you're gonna exceed that this next sprint now that you're here for the whole thing.
I'm gonna
Okay.
switch over to formatting. I have a book that I'm formatting next. So
Nice.
I'm gonna switch gears for this next one.
Awesome. As long as you're productive and you hit your goal, you can do whatever you want, I
And
think.
I'm only taking a pause. Like Robert, I liked his advice to get as much done at the
Yeah.
beginning. And you said it too at the beginning of the sprint. Like get as much done as you can at the beginning of the month and then, sort of adjust accordingly. But because my word count is so low every day anyway, to still hit my goal to finish the book, I'm sorry the rest of you don't all write chapter books. I'm just going to throw that out there. So I'm going to let myself, I'm also juggling a second project though, because I'm in the middle of revision of a longer novel. So keep that in mind.
Bond's asking, why does WordSprint show I have 1105 while the Dabble app shows 1101? It could be that you might have deleted a couple words earlier, because it should be the exact amount. Like if I paste mine over now.
You know what? I'm going to say this though. I was formatting in Vellum this morning and it gave me one word count that was like 8,998. But then I copy and pasted it over like into something else and it told me I had 9,100 and something words. I mean, there was a 100-word difference, but
Yeah.
I also noticed that does the same thing. Like I've been in Pro Writing Aid before, checking my grammar, and then been in like a Word doc, and it's given me two totally different totals. So
Yeah.
I just assume they can't count.
But with WordSprints, it is Dabble. Like it's the Dabble client in WordSprint. So it should be the exact same. So if there's 4 words missing, Bond email support. Because it should be fine. Or it should be fixable or solvable by minds smarter than ours. All right. We have 30 seconds here. Who's going to be hitting their goal in this next sprint? Drop a quick me if that's going to be you. Because, well, me, I'm going to be hitting mine. That's exciting. Abby already hit hers. If you've already hit yours, then that's excellent. But let me know if you're hitting yours in this sprint. And yeah, we're diving into it in 15 seconds here. Oh, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling happy.
You got this.
All right. We'll see everyone in 20 minutes. I guess I should put this on the screen.
There you go. Bye,
All right.
everybody.
Bye, everyone. All right, and that is our third and final group sprint of the day done. Doesn't mean it has to be end the writing, but Abby, how was your productivity?
Oh, I got 2/3 of the way through formatting my book, so
Oh, fantastic.
not too
Very
shabby.
chapter books and
No, this is my
okay.
regular, my middle grade novel, but yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. There is totally unrelated to the sprints, but something that Hank shared with the rest of our work yesterday. Canva just made Affinity free for everyone, and Affinity is like InDesign, but not hundreds of dollars.
Or
So
it's
that's something that I
complicated.
might check out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
It's its own tool. It's like its own skill set. But if you are graphically designed inclined, might be worth checking out if you want to go the self-publishing route. But we see a lot of awesome numbers coming in here.
Feels good
Yeah,
to turn off my inner editor.
yeah,
Perfect.
excellent, excellent. And I see so many people who are past that 1667 mark for the
Yeah.
day, like Bill and Bon and Aaron and Beacon, and I think I saw a few others up top. Elena,
Elsie is
um,
close, super close.
yeah. Yeah, so awesome job, everybody. If you haven't reached your goal today, then maybe do another sprint yourself, maybe save it for later, maybe check out w.com, that's W Campus, for sprints being hosted by other people in the community so that you can get your goal surpassed ideally. Again, we have the most momentum and excitement now, so now is the time when you want to get extra words in if possible. If you have the time, if you have, the responsibilities can wait for a minute or two, and if you have the creative bandwidth for it, and whoo, great job, Keo.
Yo.
That's fantastic. um and if you could join us for all of them, as I see Tabitha missed the first session, and Christy, I know, came in late for that second one. If you could join us for any, that's fantastic. We love having you here. We get to work on our own stuff, but we get to hang out with some of the coolest writers on the planet. And we get to do that all throughout November as well. So first things first, make sure you give us a thumbs up on this stream if you're watching live or if you're catching up on the recording, especially for a Saturday stream.
Yeah.
Because but as much as we enjoyed being here, we always appreciate a little thumbs up every now and then. And make sure you're subscribed, because we are doing these sprints every day, Monday through Friday, throughout the month of November at 12:30 p.m. Eastern, in addition to that half marathon and full day marathon that we will be doing on the 12th and 25th, respectively. We have a new 60-day novel challenge lesson dropping on Monday, and we have the live show on Thursday, and we have a ton of stuff happening in November. Arguably an overwhelming amount of stuff. Uh,
Doug and I had this convo yesterday.
we did. There's so much going on. It's going to be such a good time, but I want you to focus on your writing. If your goal is to write 50,000 words this month, then that comes first. And I will not be upset if I see, less comments on the lesson or what have you. Focus on your own goals, focus on achieving them. Let's kick some butt together. And anything you want to add, Abby?
No, just glad everybody came and joined us, and
Yeah.
it's a nice way to start November.
Yeah.
And not by running sprints.
Oh, the worst sprints are those
Those
sprints.
are not.
These are the best sprints.
These are the best sprints. These are the only sprints you're going to see my rear end doing. So, woo.
Awesome. Thank you for joining us, everyone, and we will see you on Monday.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.